All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This is my first of many 30-minute fusion Pilates and barre classes. So my name is Caitlin Davis. I'm certified in barre, certified in Pilates, and at the moment working on a women's specialty class so I can just bring more knowledge to all of our workouts and make it a safer environment. Um, Today, we're going to be using a mat, a set of weights, and also a ball. Now, you may be able to tell, or maybe you've taken my classes, I am pregnant. I'm about 22 weeks right now. So there are some moves that I'm not going to be able to participate in with you. I am going to show the modified version and then talk you through those progressions. And I know that you are absolutely going to have a fabulous time. Now, if anyone else is expecting, like myself, I do recommend that you absolutely communicate and talk to your provider before trying any of these workouts to ensure that there are no issues and that you're all cleared on everything. Everybody is different. But that being said, let's get started on our mats in a cross-legged position. So from here, we're going to have one hand placed on either side of our knees. We're going to close our eyes, really bring our intentions and thoughts into the room today. You can see this is my cat Pickles. Anyway, deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, let it go. On the next inhale, shoulders roll up towards your ears and glide down your backs. Continue just like this. Releasing that tension that you built from your week. Last one, inhale. Exhale, keep your shoulders down, right arm off to the side, left arm lifts, and then we fold over to that side. Good, getting that nice side body stretch. Switch directions, right arm lifts, keeping that ear right next to your bicep. One more each side, inhale, lengthen, exhale, we fold. And again, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, we fold. Beautiful job. Okay, we're going to grab our balls, or you're taking this in a non-modified version without your ball. If you do have that ball, we're going to place it right behind the lower back here. Think about where your belly button is. We're going to inhale, reach those arms long. Exhale, we're just going to fold forward. Good. Here's what it looks like, the other version. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, fold it forward. Last one, all the way up and all the way down. Good work. Taking that ball, if it ran away from us, right behind here, we're starting with half roll downs. So we have that nice Pilates C curve. We place those hands underneath of our kneecaps and we inhale as we lower. Exhale as we lift. Now those hands right behind those thighs are able to help you lift yourself up. Good. Now our core here, those abs are in and up, really helping to stabilize us. Inhale, lower, and exhale, lift. We're going to do two more just like this. On this next one, I want you to hold it back into the ball. We pulse down. Good. Now we're going to take this one more time. If you want to, you have the option to go into that full roll down without the ball. So we're going to take that in 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Now, if you're taking that full roll down option, the hands are going to come all the way back, and then we reach forward towards those toes. As we lower down, we think about a strand of pearls as that lumbar spine hits the mat, that lower back, middle back, and upper back. Good. Last one, wherever you are, and meet me in that fold over position. Legs are straight. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold it over. Hands are touching those fingertips. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good job. Now meet me on your back. So you can take that roll down, or if you're expecting like me, we're going to roll onto our side. and then lay down and safely get into that position that way. From here, we're starting with the hundreds. Legs come up, up, head, neck, and shoulder lifts, arms raised, pump in, 2, 3, 4, and out. Good. So we're breathing in and exhaling. Now, if you want, you take it to that high diagonal, in and out. Now your legs are hugging the midline, meaning squeezing those thighs together, shoulder blades off the mat. Maybe you gaze into those abdominals. It's in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Exhale, hug it in. Good job. Rock from side to side. We're hitting the Pilates series of 5 first. So we're starting in that single bent leg stretch. Left leg extends to that high diagonal. Left hand comes to that right knee. Right hand to that ankle. We pull it in for 2, switch in for 2. That's it. We keep those elbows wide. Pull, pull, collarbones wide. Single count. It's inhale, switch, exhale, switch, exhale, switch. That's it. Now, if you want to take an even more extreme progression, hands come right behind your head. We switch, switch. I want you stopping those knees as they come on top of those hips. Good. That's it. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug everything in. Maybe open up those knees, rock from side to side, double bent leg stretch. Now, where we're going to start is curling our head, neck, and shoulders up. We're going to lift those arms all the way up. Good. With those bent legs. We're going to reach them back behind us and then pull it up. So this is really that starting position, just extending those legs all the way up to the ceiling. Now, to take that progression, we lower those feet, gliding them out a little bit, and then sweeping those arms right to your ankles. Inhale and exhale. Good work. Inhale to reach. Exhale. Good. Those fingertips reach out in opposition of those toes. We have 2 more like this. All right, last one. All the way out and all the way in. Good. You can rest your head on the mat. We're going to extend those legs all the way up. So we're getting into scissors. We're walking up that right leg, extending that left leg down and that 45-degree angle. We pull for 2, switch, pull for 2. Good. Now hand placement is important. We want to keep those hands on our calves, on the back of our thighs here, okay? Never behind the knee. Soft bend is okay. Good. If you want to progress, single count. It's right, left, right, left. If you want to take it even more, hands behind your head, just scissor. Good. 8. Abs in and up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Give yourself a second. We have lower lifts coming up, okay? So we can take this 2 options. We're going to start first with bent legs. They're coming up into that reverse tabletop position. Option to keep your head planted on the mat. That's where I'm going to start here today. Hands pressed into the mat. We're going to inhale, lower down, tapping the ground. Exhale, pulling up. Remember, stopping those knees as they come right on top of those hips. Exhale every time. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Good. All right, last rep right here. Option to take a second or extend those legs all the way up towards the ceiling. Heels together, toes apart in that Pilates stance. We're going to point to lower for 2, flex to lift. 2, lower and lift. Now, if you ever feel that lower back start to pop up, I want you to shorten that range. So, for example, if I felt that, I would only go down maybe 45 degrees, then straight back up. Good. That's it. We want to tuck that tailbone under. Keep that connection. Exhale, last rep. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Awesome work. Bend at the knees. Maybe rock from side to side. All right. So traditionally, what's happening next is going to be bicycles. Now, when you are pregnant, it's not always advised to kind of have that twisting motion. I'm gonna start with marches and extend to almost that single bent leg stretch. I will cue you to twist, okay? All right, so let's prep for that. We're starting off, everyone, in that bent leg here. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up to progress, gazing into those abdominals. We're gonna drop that left leg down to lift, to right leg down and up. Now to progress, maybe you lift those hands right behind your head. Now just remember, these hands are just there to support your neck. We're never pulling up our head with those hands. Good. To progress, extend out. Pull it in. Good. It's out. Now, if you want to add those twists, remember it's going to be opposite elbow reaches the opposite knee, lifting off the collar or the shoulder blade off of the mat. Imagine you almost want that opposite armpit really reaching to get that full maximum lift. Good. All right, let's do single count. It's right, left. So we just took out that middle rest. Good. Breathe for me. Inhale and exhale. Nice. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug everything in. Rock from side to side. Wonderful job. All right, we're going to grab onto our shins and start with a roll up, okay? So when you roll up, you rock up to rock back, just at the tip of your shoulder blades. Keeping those heels close to your glutes. It's going to be that progression a little harder. On your next one, hold that boat pose. Good. Now you can stay here. Maybe those feet are just on the ground. Maybe you extend them so those shins are parallel to the ground. Another option or progression, we extend those arms out. Now, full progression, you lift those legs up, thighs hug the midline, and then lift those arms up and behind. Down an inch, up an inch, down, lift. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tip it on forward. Oh, that was good. All right, we have those feet out in 45 degrees, okay? So what that means is think the corners of your mat. We're gonna flex those heels. This is gonna feel nice. This is a stretch. And inhale, we lift those arms up to about shoulder height. Exhale, chin to chest, nose to belly button, crown of your head reaches forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl forward. Inhale, one more time. Going a little bit taller. Exhale, reach. Remember, we want to keep those sit bones grounded in the mat. And come all the way up. Beautiful work. All right, from here, we're pulling our heels in. Now, this could get a little challenging for someone like me. So, option to go back into that roll up, okay? Or sorry, rolling like a ball. Now, we're gonna grab onto our shins, sit back on those sit bones, and then lift all the way up, extending those legs for open leg rocker. We rock back to the tips of our shoulder blades to rock up, just like we were doing before. Oops, a little wobbly. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. All right, last one. Oh, fight for it. Come all the way up. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower on down. Shake out those legs. Good work. Now from here, you can either transition into a full roll down. We're going to lay on our backs. I'm going to take it in that nice, safe position for me to come down. We're getting into corkscrew, okay? So we're lifting both legs up into that Pilates stance, just like we did for lower lift. Heels together, toes apart. Now for corkscrew, we draw our thighs into our chest, around to the right, down and back. Into our chest to the left, around and back. Continue just like this at your own pace. Thighs are hugging that midline. And if you feel those hips really start to kind of lift off of the mat, right to left where it feels unstable, make those circles smaller. Good. Inhale, around, up. Last one on the right. Last one on the left. Hug it in. Good. Rock from side to side. We're going to roll like a ball and meet in a seated position. Up and back, up and back. Last one, try and come all the way up. Beautiful work. All right. So just like spine stretch forward, we're going to open up those legs. They're coming out in that 45-degree angle for a saw. We inhale, this time lifting our arms into a T position. Now we're going to twist from our waist, reaching our right pinky finger to our left toe. Pulse and reach. 3, 2, 1. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist and reach. 3, 2, 1. And up. Let's twist. So just like when we were in spine stretch forward, we're trying to ground those sit bones into the mat. And that back hand is reaching back in opposition of those fingertips reaching forward. Last round, we go to the right. Good. And up. Relax. Option to get into a butterfly stretch. Or if you want, plant those feet about hips width distance apart, hands back for support. And you're getting into 90-90, those windshield wipers, to release any tension you may have felt from that class. Good work. All right, lie all the way down for me. We're gonna come onto our left side to start off with those obliques. So coming all the way down. Now, we want our shoulders, hips, and our fingertips almost aligned with the front, or sorry, the back of our mat. That right hand is gonna press in to the mat in front of us, and those feet are coming out in a 45-degree angle. So what's happening here, my head stays rested. We're gonna exhale as we lift for 2, lower, 2. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good. So here, those hips want to rock and open up to the ceiling. Really ensure that that right hip is stacked on top of that bottom hip. Good. Now those thighs are hugging the midline, so imagine that we almost have kind of resistance bands around those thighs, pulling them together. But here, I want you to use your own inner thigh strength. Good. All right, on this next one, keep your feet lifted. We pulse up, up. Good. Feel it through that right oblique here. We lift, lift. Now, we're going to find the stillness. Top leg is going to draw into this elbow. In 4, 3, 2, 1. It's in. 2, back. Good. Now, the bottom leg is going to stay in that hover position. If this is too much, lower it to the ground, just like I'm doing here. And I want you to just serve that top leg in. Press it out. 2 more. In and out. Good. On this next one, hold it out. Lift that bottom leg and pulse. Up. Good. Can we squeeze those thighs together a little bit more? It's 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Good job. We're going to bend at the knees and then lift ourselves up onto that left forearm now. Getting into some side planks, again, working on our obliques. Now, I'm going to take this in a modified position where my knees are bent, they're stacked on top of each other. Option to kind of take that with those full extension. We lift, 2, we drop. Now, we're feeling it on that bottom oblique. Good. Lift that arm up, keep going. Lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more like this. Stay out of that shoulder. Nice and strong. On this next one, I want you to just hold. Can we lift those hips a little higher? And pulse up to the ceiling. Good. Little inches. Imagine I tied almost like an invisible string. I'm just tugging ever so slightly. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Now we're going to come up onto those knees and then extend this right leg out. Now, option to grab a ball or grab a weight, really as that progression. We're going to take the ball or weight and hold it in between that chest, or we extend all the way up. We tip away from an extended leg. Exhale to lift. Now those shoulders are going to stay stacked and square. Exhale. Good. Our chest is going to be proud. So we're not facing the ground. We're not twisting by any means. Those hips are staying nice and even here. Now, if you have that ball like I do, I want you to squeeze into it. If you have that weight, press your palms into the weight, getting a little bit more of those chest muscles. Exhale to lift. 2 more. Exhale. On this next one, hold that hinge. Hold it, hold it. Pull that ball in or weight. In and out. In and out. That's it. We have 8, 6. Good work. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to topple on over. That baller weight is going to come off to the side. Option for cat-cows here. Now, typically you would see that nice rounded back. For me, it's not so comfortable. And then exhale, round that spine. So inhale, belly falls. Exhale, we round. Now, if you're pregnant like me, kind of that extension of our abdominal muscles doesn't feel great at this point. So just kind of go from that neutral position like I am, all the way to that cat rounded position. Last one. Exhale. Good. Now find a semi-neutral position. We just don't want to have that arch in the lower back. We're going to extend that left leg long. Extend that right arm out in front of you. We start to lift and drop. Lift and drop. Good. If you feel any instability in those hips, I want you to press that right hand into the ground and keep it stable there. We lift, we drop. We lift, we drop. We have 4 more reps. We're going to hold at about shoulder and hip height in 2. In 1, find that lift. It goes up, down, up, down. Nice work. You got it. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Let's hit it. Out an inch, out an inch, in an inch. So we're going out of that midline and then squeezing back to the center. Press the weight of your body into that left hand evenly. Think the 4 corners of that left hand. It's out and in. We're going to combine this with a pulse in 4, 3, 2. Right here, we lift it up, down, out, in, up, down, out, in for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good option for those cat-cows. I'm just going to flip over. You guys continue. Let's do one last breath in, belly falls. Exhale, round your spine. Find that almost neutral position. Good. And then we're going to extend that right leg long. Right leg comes back behind you and lifts up to hip height. If you can, that left arm reaches. We tap, we lift, tap, lift. Good. Now, gaze is coming slightly in front of you. So think like the top of your mat. Good. Now, I know we always want to check our form, but once you do, say you have a mirror in your house, I want you to get that nice elongated neck. So we're just reducing that tension. We definitely build enough by looking at our phones and our screens here. We're going to keep this lifted at shoulder and hip height, okay? Finding that pulse in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hit it. It's up, down, up, down. Now we shouldn't see any movement in that lower back. We're utilizing our core here. Yes, we're working out that glute. You might feel it in your shoulder, but that core is keeping our powerhouse stable. For 4, 3, 2, out an inch. Let's go. It's out an inch, in an inch. Whoops, hit the wall. We go out, pull it in, out, pull it in. We combine in 3, 2, 1. It goes up, down, out, in, up, down, out, in. That's it. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it on down. Maybe come up, roll out those wrists. We're going to grab our weights, okay? We have to do that opposite oblique. So we're starting off with that ball or the weight. This time, left leg extends. Now take that nice option. We tip away from that extended leg. Exhale, lift it up, out, and in. Good work. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you start to extend if you can. Just try it. Good. So it's more distal, away from that center of gravity, making it a little bit more challenging. Feel free to slow this down if you need to. Hold it here. Pull it in. Send it out. In and out. Good. We're going to get into that side plank in 4, 3, 2, 1. Place that ball or weight down and safely come into that side plank position. So now our right forearm is down. Either you're in this modification, knees stacked like me, or legs are fully out on those toes. We lift, we drop, lift, drop. Good. Hips are stacked, left on top of that right. On your next one, hold it up, impulse, lift, lift. Good. Finding that little marionette string that's tied up to the ceiling, little tugs. Tugs. Beautiful work. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower it on down. Good. We're going to come all the way down, right ear to that right bicep, aligning our shoulders and our hips with the back of the mat, extending those legs out, pushing that left hand. It's going to come right into the mat. We're going to lift up, 2, drop. Now, even myself, I feel that I want to lift my head. Really push that ear into your bicep. Just relax, release that tension, and drop. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. You can. Good. 2 more. On this next one, hold it up. Find that pulse. Lift, lift. Good. Squeezing those thighs together. Remember, we have that imaginary resistance band pulling them in, but we're using those inner thighs. 4, 3, top leg into that arm. In, out. That's it. Pull it in. Send it out. Option to drop that bottom leg if you feel like you need to, but I want you to try and fight to keep it lifted. Exhale. 2 more like this. Pull it in and out. On this next one, hold those thighs together. Lift that bottom leg if it's on the ground. We pulse to lift. Pulse to lift. You can. Good. Exhale. Exhale. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Awesome work. Roll onto that stomach and then option to get into a nice child's pose. So we start with those toes together, knees apart. Reach one hand, then the other, and sink those hips back. Inhale and exhale. All right. So we're starting off with some arms, okay? Now what we're gonna do first is from this position, we're gonna pop those hips up for that downward facing dog, and then walk your hands back to your toes. So we're getting to some Pilates push-ups. So we reach those arms all the way up to the ceiling. We dive down, inch firm it out, and then option to come onto the tops of those thighs, or you keep it on your toes. Hips up. Good. We reach. We lower. Down. Push up. Exhale. Good. 2 more like this. Dive those hands down. Now, as you come into that push-up, I want you to draw those elbows back behind you so they're coming in a 45-degree angle. Okay, those elbows are not off to the side. Last one. Dive down and out. Push up and press. Good. Come to a kneeling position. And then I want you to grab your ball. Oh, sorry. We're grabbing our weights. Apologies. All right. So for our weights, we're starting with front raises. When you're in thigh dancing, positioning is just like child's pose, toes together, knees hip distance apart. We sink it down. 2, lift. Good. Drop and lift. You can have soft bend in those elbows as we're lifting up for that front raise. Down and up. Good. Glutes are hovering, maybe a half inch to an inch off of those heels. Down, we press, drop, press. Last one, all the way down, all the way up. Now we're gonna flip those palms, okay? So they're now gonna come and they're facing one another. We're starting by extending those arms all the way out. What we're gonna do is use that core and start to sink back, 2, up, 2. So this is a great exercise for your core. I've also found it's a great exercise in classes. Ooh, it's a little heavy for me. When they are cueing like back strengtheners on your stomach, because being on my stomach is not comfortable for me. A lot of times I'll get into this positioning because I'm strengthening my back, squeezing my glutes, and also my core. Good. Let's start to lift those arms up, back and up. Good. Back. Lift them up. That's it. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Hold it back. Push those hips forward. Just breathe. 2 breaths in. Out. Good. Last one. In. Come on forward. Shake out those arms and come to standing with me. All right. So for here, you might want to get a chair, or I have a wall or a shelf right next to me. So that's what I'm going to be using. We're starting off with our left arm. We're only going to be doing single arm and then a little bit of double in the middle. So we're going to grab one weight. I'm using a 5 here. And we're starting off with just some lunges, okay? So we're going to step it back for that bicep curl. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Apologies. It's going to be that right foot and that left arm. Good. Now, this elbow is going to stay right around your rib cage here. We're stepping that right leg back underneath of our knee, underneath of our hip, so that right knee is back in a 90-degree ankle. This front knee is staying stacked on top of the ankle, ensuring that we just have that proper alignment to prevent any injuries. We're going to hold it back on this next one. Find that pulse. It's up with the arms, down with the legs. That's it. Good. Lift, lift, lift. We just have 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. From here, we punch forward and back, forward, back. So think about where the ceiling meets the wall. That's it. Extending that back leg behind you, extending that front leg just a little bit. 4, 3, we hold it up in 2. On this next one, hold it here. This arm goes back, 2, up, back, and up. 2 more, it's back, and up. Last one, back, and up. Good. I want you to step it on forward, shake it out, grab its partner, and then we're getting in a hinge position. So from here, we send those arms out in a 45, roll it in. 2 counts. Out, out, pull, pull, out, out, pull. Now, if you want a little bit more, bring those hips down. Good. And lift. Now you can stay here. If you want a little bit more cardio, we're going to hit a single count as that beat changes. Good. In and out. In and out. Inhale and exhale. Elbows are staying right by the rib cage. 4 more reps to the pulse. 3, 2. On this next one, hold it back, find that lift. So from here, I have a long line from my tailbone up to the crown of my head. My elbows are back behind that rib cage. Believe me, I'm trying to pull those abs in and up to stabilize my powerhouse. 4, 3, 2, triceps. 2 count is back. 2, in, 2, back, and in. Now those feet are about hips width distance apart. Good. If you want a little bit more, lift those heels and lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Back and in. Good. If you want a little bit more, we're going to hit a single count right here. It's back, in, back, in. If these heels are too much, providing too much instability, keep them down. 4. I want the bone from our shoulder down to those elbows stable. On this next one, hold it here. Find that pulse. Up, down with those hips, down and up. Good. If you can keep those heels lifted. 8, 6, good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll those shoulders out. Awesome work. We're gonna drop one of those weights. Now we're gonna work on this right arm, left leg, okay? So you can flip that direction or you can just hold it here. We're gonna step it back and up. Option to kind of grab onto something, or you can challenge yourself. Main thing, we want that back knee coming right underneath of your hip, 90 angles. On this next one, hold it back, find that pulse. Good, shoulders square, hips are square, abs are in. That's it. We're gonna start to punch this forward in 4, 3, 2, extend that left leg back. Good. That left leg extends to the back of our knee. Right leg is going to extend slightly, but we still want to make sure that that right knee stays on top of that right ankle. And down. Inhale, reach. And pull. On this next one, hold it here. Hold it, hold it. Sweep that arm back and up. Back and up. We're getting that full extension, so again, hitting those triceps as we come back and those shoulders. All right, last one. Hold it lifted. Hold it here. Soft bend in that elbow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it forward. Drop that weight. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Excellent work. Good. Shake those hips out. We're going to bring that right arm across our chest. Roll out our wrist. Good. Left arm comes across your chest. Roll it out. Bring that right arm down your back for that tricep. Left thumb into that forearm. Hinge over to the left. Breathing through that right side body. Open up. Left arm and hinge. All right. Last stretch here. We're just going to extend those arms in front and then back behind, palms together. Start to lift up. Chest is forward, hinging at the hips safely. Keep those palms together. And then drop those hands down to your feet. Maybe bend into one knee and then the other. All right, beautiful work. We're coming down onto our mat. We're hitting the last section of class today. It's going to be those glutes. All right, so what we're going to do is bring this right forearm down. Good. Left hand is going to come into the ball. This is going to be a progression. So to start off, you can have that left hand just pushing into the ground. But if you want a little bit more, hand comes into the ball. We open up, that left foot is going to come back slightly. Think about pinky toe lifted to the ceiling. So those hips are going to be diagonal. Start to lift this leg. Up, up, drop, drop. Good. Now you're feeling that that hand is kind of shaking and rocking on this ball, making you use a little bit more core strength here, again, to stabilize yourself from your shoulders down to your hips. Good. Really extending through that left leg. Inhale. Good. We're going to keep it lifted on that next one. I want you to keep it lifted here. Good. Little pulses. Up, up, up. Good. Pull those abs in and up here. We're gonna flex our heel and start to kick it to our glute, then extend, kick, extend, kick, extend. Good, activating that hamstring. That's it, pull, pull. We're gonna keep that heel into that glute in 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rotate that knee so it's about hip height, fire hydrants. It's down, down, lift. Now, many times here, we're gonna dump a lot of weight into that right hip. So push that weight into the center of the midline. You're gonna feel that left hand start to shake. We lift. 2 more reps. Down, press. Last one. Down. Keep it lifted. Find a pulse. Up, up, up. You can do this. Good. 8, 6. We're gonna come onto our backs in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Actually kind of pound out that left glute. I want you to flip it on over. Ball is traveling with us. It's coming in between those thighs. Good. All right, from here, I want us to start off resting our head into the mat. Hands come underneath of that belly button. Deep breath in, fill up. On the exhale, tuck that tailbone under, pressing the lower back into the mat. Hands come to either side of our body, feet hips width distance apart. Let's start to lift those hips. They come up, 2, down. Good. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lower every time. Up. Now, when you come up, you're just making a nice line from those knees down to your shoulders. That should kind of be like the max of that hip height. Lower. Good. Up. On this next one, I want you to keep those hips lifted. We squeeze into that ball. So the inner thighs are really starting to work here. Good. Hips are high, hips are even, all right? We're squeezing those glutes as well, helping to stabilize us and keep that height. Good. 8, 6. To progress, hands lift up. 3, 2, 1. Single count. It's drop. We lift. Now, if you want a little bit more of those arms, it's bend and stretch. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch. Nice. 4, 3, 2. Find that pulse to lift. Up, up, up. Good work. Little small inches. That's it. It's 8, 6. We're going back to those inner thigh squeezes in 3, 2, 1. Squeeze in, in, in. That's it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left one squeeze. It's up. Pull it in. Up. Pull it in. Good. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down with control. Hug your knees into your chest. Good work. Rock from side to side. All right. Last thing we have going for us. So come on to that tabletop position. We're going to work on this right glute, stretch it out, and you guys are finished, okay? So starting off now, we have that left forearm comes and frames out our body. Right hand is placed on the ground, or we take that ball. We step that right leg back, think pinky toe to the ceiling, hips are diagonal, start to lift, up, up, down, down. Good. Ball providing that instability, making your core work a little bit more here. Now, anytime that you're doing glutes in tabletop or at the bar, common things that I see is really dumping into the lower back by not using your core muscles. So you'll see kind of the lower back start to bend and round as they're lifting their legs. That is a signal for me to come over and tell them to pull that core in. So make sure you're always checking that. Easy way to prevent that injury is just to embrace that core a little bit more. Good. On this next one, I want you to keep this leg lifted. Find a pulse right here. It's up, up. Good. Doesn't have to be high, but I want you to think about squeezing that right glute every single time. Beautiful work. 4, 3, 2. Flex your heel. We pull it in, point it out. Point. Good. Drawing that heel into your glute, activating that right hamstring. We pull, we point. That's it. 4 more reps. 3, 2. On this last one, hold it in. Draw that knee so it's about hip height. Fire hydrants. We lower. We lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Now I like to do this slow to make sure I'm working out the right parts, really engaging my core, engaging my glutes. Exhale, lift. That's it. Last one. We're gonna hold that right leg lifted just until you feel that glute engage and pulse. It's up, up, up. Good. 8 counts. You can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Pound this right glute out. An option to get into a nice child's pose. Good. Pushing those hips back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Ripple forward to a tabletop position. Tuck those back toes for downward facing dog. Hips are high. Option to pedal out those feet. All right, we're gonna find that stillness. Shift the weight into the left foot and then lift that right leg. So be mindful if you have something behind you. Bend at the right knee, open up that hip. You can do knee circles. Maybe you roll out that ankle. And then we're gonna draw our right knee in between. So right knee lands by that wrist, left ankle by the left wrist. Option to stay here. This could be enough for you. Or you come down onto those forearms. Good work. Relax your neck. Hands come back up. Tuck your back toe. And then split downward dog, right leg high. This time we're gonna step it through. Hips are even. Right foot comes in between those hands. And then lift those arms all the way up. Good. Right knee can come past that ankle. We're just stretching here. Left hand comes down. Right arm lifts for that twist. Good work. Hands are going to frame out this right foot and then sink those hips back, extending your right leg for this half split here. Now, if full splits are in your practice, feel free to do so. But deep breath in, we lengthen from the crown of our head. Exhale, fold deeper. Good. Hands come to the inside of this right leg. Sweep it on back. Hips are high. Let's do downward dog one more time. Be mindful of what's behind you. Weight in that right foot. Finding your stillness, left leg lifts. Bending at the left knee, opening up that hip. Maybe do some hip circles. Good. And then we pull that left knee in, lands by our left wrist, right ankle by our right wrist. Now coming up here, again, this could be enough. Maybe you come down onto those forearms. Deep breath in. Exhale. We're staying out of those shoulders, staying strong. Coming back onto the tops of your hands, tucking your right toe, and then lifting up for that split dog. We're stepping our left foot, through those hands. Good, pushing those hips forward, arms reach up. Gaze looks up. And then right hand is down, left arm lifts. Good. Left hand frames out that left foot, and then we extend our left leg for either that split or half split here. Flexing at the heel. Forgot to give you the option, maybe that right hand reaches to the outside of that left foot. Can make it a little bit spicier, but it might be comfortable for you and a good option. Good. Hands come back. Left hand to the inside of this left leg. tabletop position. Maybe hip circles. That is definitely what's calling me right now. All right, pop it up and then walk those hands back to your feet. Hang heavy. Option for ragdoll. You grab opposite elbow with your opposite hand, bending into one knee, then the other. Left foot comes, sorry, hands come down to our feet. Exhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Last breath of class, everyone. Deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, please say something kind to yourself. Amazing effort. If you have questions, concerns, feel free to leave a comment. You can also DM me on my Instagram, which is Movement with Caitlin. I'll add the link below. But I hope you enjoyed this class. I will see you on the mat next Sunday. Have a great week.